the Audi Q4 Etron, and this particular model is the 40 option. It comes normally in 35, 40, 55, I think. And this particular one is an S-line model. The car itself looks really nice, big enough. Yeah, it's a nice looking little car. Really nice as a family SUV. Prices start at around £40,000, I think. So, it's all right, for most people. And if you're looking for this sort of car on a finance type deal, you're looking at maybe £300 a month, maybe. So let's look at boot space. It's a really big boot space. It's got underfloor storage here for your cables, which is good. I thought it would have something for you to press for the seats to fall down, but it doesn't. Apparently the boot space is 520 liters, which is all right. It's got electric tailgate, so very good. Now this particular model has parking sensors, but it doesn't have rear view camera. So if you're looking to buy this car, always try and check to see if it has rear view cameras or not. So interior, let's check out the interior. So plenty of headroom for me. I'm 6'2". And yeah, it's got plenty of headroom, leg space. I've got plenty of space for my feet, and the floor is flat as well. 2 USB-C cables, so that's really good. The middle seating area, again, it's okay. It's not too bad. So for me, I can easily sit here fairly comfortable. I've got plenty of leg room. So yeah, overall it's pretty good. Back window is fine. You can easily see around the back. So now we're gonna go. Interior looks premium enough. If it feels like the price you're paying for, right? Nice leather seating. The shape of the seat is quite nice. The car looks like its price. So you're going into the car again. Seating is really nice. Has that S-line stitching there. Now, when you come into the car, you look at the interior and it looks absolutely delicious, right? Really nice looking interior. Cup holders. I like this little armrest they have here. I think it looks absolutely cool. Everything you need is here. You press the start button and the car has actually started, but because we are still in park mode, we can't actually hear anything, right? Now the funny thing is, on a BMW iX3, when you park it, a sound comes on to almost indicate to you that you've already started the car, which is quite cool. So you've got your start button, drive buttons. I'm guessing these are for things like, what's it called, volume controls and skipping and things. I really like the Audi octagonal steering. I think it's so cool. This particular Audi has heads-up display as well, which you cannot see because it's quite light. But yeah, it's got heads-up display. Now that is one thing which Audi has that the likes of the Tesla Model Y doesn't. Considering this Audi starts at around 40k and the Tesla Model Y starts at 50k or 50 something k. it's a bit of a letdown that the Tesla Model Y hasn't got a heads-up display for the price you pay, which is absolutely crazy. And if you were to compare the interior of this car with the interior of, say, the Tesla Model Y, this particular car wins. Now, if you compare the boot space of this car with the Tesla Model Y, the Tesla Model Y wins, because the Tesla Model Y, I think, is like 820 liters to start with. Don't quote me on that, please check yourself. And this one is like 520 liters. The range on the Tesla Model Y is slightly better. I think it starts around 315 miles. Now, Teslas are known to have better ranges, especially the long range Tesla Model Y. Now, every Tesla Model Y I mention here, I'm going to assume you're going to go for a long range. I'm not talking performance. I'm just talking long range here. That's like 315 miles. Of course, the performance model is a bit shorter. But yeah, overall, the Audi Q4 Etron looks absolutely fantastic from the inside. One thing I'll say about this car is the price of the car fits the interior. It doesn't feel like it's out of price. It completely matches the price in my view. So I sat in an IX3, a Model Y, and so far it's only the Model Y that I sort of feel like it doesn't match its price. Now, mind you, I felt the same way when I drove the IX3, because at the time I thought it should be much better than it is. But the IX3 starts around 57k, same as the Model Y, and so as a result, as far as interior space is concerned, I would say the Model Y probably falls below the IX3. The IX3 actually matches its price as far as interior space is concerned. But we'll do a video in regards to the IX3. But yeah, today we're talking about the Q4 Etron. Now, I'm only mentioning all these cars because they kind of sit in the same price range. So if you're not married to an Audi, it's worth considering the iX3, the Model Y, and of course this one. There's the EQC, but that's a bit too pricey. I think it starts around 65k. So yeah, there we have it. Now we're gonna drive it, see what it's like to drive, and hopefully that should do it for us. All right, so we're in drive. So another thing, bit of a gripe I have with this particular car is that it hasn't got reversing cameras. So I keep having to look to see if it's got reversing cameras, but of course it hasn't got one. It's a bit annoying, but if you get the comfort pack, you get reversing cameras. I think the comfort pack is like an extra 1,500, let's say. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, you can see, maybe not, you can't see it yet, but we've got the heads-up display currently showing, which is really good. So yeah, the drive itself, the car feels quite low for an SUV. Now, if you're like me and you're very fussy about the seating position of your car, this might not be for you. But that said, I can see everything on the road. Nothing is too surprising. Yeah, everything is still quite clear for me. I can see fairly okay. One thing I should say is I've come from a Range Rover Sport, so that's quite high up. So I kind of prefer that seating position where you can absolutely see everything. But this one is equally as fine. When I first test drove the E-Tron, I wasn't quite sure what I was gonna make of it, but having driven it for the second time, it feels quite good. And yeah, I'm looking forward to putting it through its paces to see how it actually performs. I think it's an absolute fantastic car. And you know, if you were to get this car, it'll make you a very happy person. It'll put a smile on your face, shall we say. Yeah, I don't think cars can make you happy, but yeah, I think it'll put a smile on your face. It's a very nice looking car. It drives really nice. And yeah, so let's put our foot down a bit. So let's see. Yeah, it goes. You know, when you put your foot down, it flies. I'll have to check to see the specs in terms of speed in comparison to some of the other cars we've test driven. The IX3, for example, had a bit more punch in it. But you know, this car, if there's anything I like about this car, it is the octagon shaped steering wheel. I absolutely love it. I think it's the coolest thing on this car. So yeah, you know, overall, I think it does the job. And you know, if you're looking for a family SUV which is electric, I'll certainly say the Audi Q4 Etron is worth considering. I'll say it should be one of the top cars you do consider, because it ticks a lot of the boxes. You know, good range. I think the range is around 277 for this one. Miles. You know, in some documentation, they say it's around 300 miles, but I always say that's a bit of bullshit, so I don't pay enough attention to those ones. But yeah, overall I think it's pretty good. It's a nice, lovely drive, and I think it'll make someone very happy. Alright, so we're gonna go park this beauty and see how it goes. Another thing I forgot to mention was the responsiveness of the car. You know, it's quite responsive. It doesn't feel so jittery or weird or any of that nonsense. It just drives well, you know. And again, let me come back to the interior of the car. The interior of the car, for me, feels like or matches the price. You know, it's not like the Model Y where you sit in a car and you think, what is this? So, yeah, it's the Model Y was a bit of a shame, shall we say. But I'm gonna do another test drive, and hopefully my views will change on the Model Y. Alright, hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna get more of these car videos. We cover various things like cars, property, investments, and that sort of thing. So yeah, hope you enjoyed.